see. Trying to think of a song to sing here. We do who the we do we do who the we do I do who the we do we do who the we do we do we do Hi, one hey relatives, how you guys doing? As you can see, I'm a lot more stress-free, feeling good, and taking time to myself to love my spirit, my family, my mini-me, and also those around me, taking time to reach out and call people that I haven't been able to thank for all of the help that they've been helping my team with, myself with, and the movement. All our keyboard warriors, thank you guys, Water Protector keyboard warriors. Just feel a whole lot better, and spiritually, physically, and mentally. And I'm able to take time to reflect on the last 8 months back at Standing Rock. I've been able to just think a little bit. It's been really good. And reach out to my brothers and sisters out there that are having a hard time with PTSD, and make that time to give them a call and let them know I'm thinking about them. Let them know that they're in my thoughts and my prayers and my morning blessings with the water. And it's time that, we take these moments to just reach out to everybody and let them know that we're thinking about them. Not everybody's on Facebook. If you guys notice, in the last month and a half, that Facebook has been a blank, where the No Dapple movement was trending for over half a year, and it's not trending as much. And it needs to be trending because the momentum has picked up in the behind the scenes. It has taken on to the intellectual legal battle, and that's where we're moving towards. Many of you guys have been reaching out about my court case. My court case has been moved to July 12th. And many water protectors' court cases have been moved far out, way out, months. And if you're looking at previous movements, this is what this time has done for me, has been able to help me think a little clearer. I'm wondering how I was thinking back then, always on the move, sleep deprivation, not a lot of exercise, just always sitting and driving and filming and editing and brainstorming, networking, helping out as much as we could around the camps. I mean, it just seemed to go so fast, like a vision, like a dream. It was a beautiful dream, though. Very beautiful dream. And I'm reflecting so much about everything that I've witnessed. I think what's really stuck in my mind is when a tribe practices its sovereignty, it is sovereign. When a tribe asks for permission, it's delegated sovereignty. And there's going to be several things around a tribe that you need to be probably taking notice to. Is maybe take a moment on, can a tribe self-sufficient itself by feeding its community, by the housing of the community, and also by the power and electricity of that community? And is it a part of that community? And I was thinking about sacred stones, and Osheti, Shikoan, and Rosebud was a living, inherent right community. They were taking care of themselves. And it was a role model community for Indian country. It's beautiful. It's powerful. The more I think about it, the more I think, wow, I was a part of something very beautiful. Inherent rights. That's what it was. And the flags that went all the way down Flag Road, the United States flag was not at the top of that pole. It was upside down in a sign of distress by the veterans. The state flag was not there on that pole. Very beautiful, where you had all the nation's flags at an equal level all the way across. Something very powerful. And now that I'm reflecting on those moments, I was just thinking to myself every time I went to Fort Yates and where I see the United States flag up on the top, it just kind of bothered me because it wasn't that way in traditional law down at the camp. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful, sharing this moment of inherent sovereignty, and something that was very beautiful. And it wasn't out of disrespect. It was out of distress that the flag was put there. Very, very moment, a very unique moment in history where the decolonization process for a lot of our native and non-native relatives in solidarity were participating in inherent sovereignty. And as we start to discuss what inherent sovereignty means, it was the camp where there was no homelessness. There was free medical, holistic healing, holistic. IHS doesn't provide, Indian Health Service doesn't provide holistic healing. And to think that we were a community where the elders were being taken care of, their wood was being chopped, they were participating, they were needed. The elders were needed. They were needed in their guidance, they were needed in their conversation, in their teachings. It's beautiful. They were needed in traditional law. Their experience was needed. Their teachings were needed. Their songs, their prayers, their blessings. It's beautiful. And the more I keep thinking about how inherent sovereignty was role modeled, it just makes me miss every single day over there at those camps. And I'm that fire is burning inside of me strong. And as I get more balanced, being home, home is Indian country, more balanced where I'm at, I start to just think about how much our communities in Indian country and throughout the United States can benefit from having their own Oshetichikoan sacred stones and Rosebud, and how those were self-sufficient camps, and there was kitchens in several different places and solar panels all over the place, and powered by the sun. It's beautiful, very beautiful. Pijapuha, which is good medicine. Pijapuha Nanishtahai Huvia was good songs and blessings. Napija Tukawan, Pija Numa Nobi Tukawan, which is a lot of those homes had our good food being cooked all the time. Pijapa Nanishtahai Pa was our water was blessed all the time, and our people were blessing each other, and wherever you went there was blessings going on. It's beautiful, very beautiful. So we send blessings also out to all our federal agencies in the four direction, being the BIA, tribal governments, Morton County, all the agencies that were down there, and their families are back with their families now. All our people that had to witness what we're seeing in the video and looking in the videos. And I'm going to revert now to a little bit about the documentary Awake that's being shown up in Tribeca. That documentary is one of thousands of stories at Standing Rock. Relatives, one of thousands of stories at Standing Rock. Many people shared their stories together. They shared their path, their good words, their laughter, their strong medicine. And they came from all over Turtle Island. And so sending those blessings and those that were coming strong of people of resilience, people that our existence is our resistance. Looking at this video and it was powerful seeing where it could go both ways, where one way where it hurt, and I cried quite a bit of times watching this or thinking about it. And just today, looking at the video, I got really emotional and started to I just got really emotional. I humbled up and thought about all the people that have sacrificed their to go to Standing Rock, away from their families, their businesses, their homes, their jobs, and to get hit by percussion grenades, rubber bullets, mace. Something very, very unique. Very unique. Witua. Witua. Oh, it's my mini me right there. It's cool to see him being able to harness that strong little mini me medicine. So this movement with this documentary is more than, it's not about me at all. It's about the strength of all the water protectors out there. This is dedicated to all our water protectors, that water is life, and that I witnessed their strength. I witnessed their educating. I witnessed their heart, their spirit, and their prayers. And I want to invite all the water protectors, and as we start to the April 22nd through the 29th up in New York, as an educational tool to educate the world on the indigenous people's demonstration of prayer. And this documentary really starts to open up with digital smoke signals through indigenous eyes. We edited it, I filmed it, and we've had aid from our relatives and people to help promote this video and to share the story of the No Dapple. So relatives, take time to share this message and educate each other when you see this documentary. It's not easy what we're witnessing. It's not easy what we went through. And make sure you check in with water protectors. It's not over. There's still a lot of water protectors out there educating and empowering communities, from community to community to community. We went all the way to New York, Lancaster, Flint, Michigan, Iowa, back down to Standing Rock, and straight across to Nevada, and up into the Northwest is where I'm at now. So water protectors are out there. Take time to reach out to them, ask them how they're doing, and their struggles are real. There's a new job title. It's called a community water protector, funded by the community, taken care of by the communities. Water protectors are the ones that put themselves in the front line when you can't. And they make it there when you can, and they share the story when you can, and they carry that medicine that you send them there. And that's what we witnessed at Standing Rock. And I encourage you guys to reach out to individual water protectors, and many of them are still sharing their story online. They're still sharing where they're at, and do need your support. Take that moment. And it doesn't have to be a lot. It can be a thank you letter. It could be, a gift card, a gas card. Those things help water protectors to continue to share their story about what's happening with the 2 pipelines that are now being started by the Keystone and the Dakota Access Pipeline. So we just educate ourselves about where they're at right now. And right now, Iowa is one of the places that believe they can stop it there. And we got a lot of energy to send that way to Iowa. On a final note here, and just the way I feel is great. I think the other thing that I'm feeling though is my body has been aching really bad, and I've been thinking about what the people I interviewed from Standing Rock on how they felt, their achiness, the shortness of breathing, and that's what I'm getting right now, is a shortness of breathing and the achiness of my body. And I'm kind of hoping that it's just weather for now, maybe. I'm not sure. And I'm going to go get a full physical checkup and my blood tested, and to make sure that I'm okay. But I'm not going to hold it past what we went through out there at Standing Rock with the percussion grenades, and the chemical warfare was as much mace as I sprayed all day long. And I was thinking about some of the clothing that I had to throw away because of the mace that was on it. And in my car, and I was thinking that I didn't even thought of washing down my seats, and people that were in my car that we gave rise to that were full of mace, which is chemical warfare when you're breathing that stuff in all the time. It's not recommended that you get maced every other day, as the water protectors did at Standing Rock. It's not recommended that you always constantly have that contact to your skin. It's not good for you. So these are things that we're thinking about and looking at, and I see that happening for months, 8 months straight over there. I posted a short description of Morton County's budget on a couple of days ago. And one of you keyboard warriors, can you take down that budget and find out how many police were there from different agencies, which I think there was a list, we have too, and break it down to 40 hours a week and overtime. And let's see if we can get that budget down to how much they were making an hour off of the federal government, off of the loans that they got, off of the grants that they got. Keyboard warriors, reach out and send me that information so we can help, just give an estimate on how much money came through North Dakota. The economy greatly changed because of the water protectors, and if you go through North Dakota, a lot of small businesses did good. Walmart did extremely good. Sam's Club did extremely good. Home Depot, huge. It'd be interesting to see how much millions of dollars came through Home Depot from the buying and purchasing, and Walmart there with the sleeping bags and the propane bottles. The propane company that was coming through, the local sanitation that was at camp, the lumber that was purchased, and many of that lumber through the two things that happened, which was the last raid, which was under siege. There was two things that happened: under siege and spoils of war. The spoils of war were from the other side. The under siege was from the Army Corps of Engineers when the police department came through, and they had bulldozed everything. They went through and again, as they did the North Camp. Well, the difference is they didn't let us get anything. At the North Camp, they put it all in dumpsters, urinated on them, feces on them, and then dumped it over behind where the BIA was stationed off of the road that turns to the Highway 6 on 1806, which is going to be in the upcoming documentary of the interviews and what we witnessed out there. The rest of the camps from the last video I shared with you guys a little over 2 weeks ago now was, wow, not even 2 weeks ago, 10 days ago, were my last days over at Standing Rock documenting the pipeline and how they were taking down everything around the pipeline. And there was still one of the pipes were exposed. I don't know why that pipe would be exposed, but there's two pipelines there. There's a gas line, which they spent a lot of time fixing up, and then there's the pipeline, which is the one that is exposed. The gas line looks like a pump station, and I also asked for our keyboard warriors to research what that was and what that if there was anything close. And several people sent pictures of what a pump station looks like with the little satellite up on top and the meters. It's a valve, a shut-off valve. Thank you, guys. Final notes. I'm closing out here. Thank you so much for your letters, your packages. Thank you so much for your solidarity, your prayers and blessings, calling, texting, Facebooking, and everything that you guys have done to stay up at night and send prayers and blessings, and how it must have felt like you couldn't do anything, like you felt helpless. And I know that when you send those strong blessings, even through Facebook, even through these messages, they come and they make it here. We feel them, a protection. and I had a lot of protection around me while I was at Standing Rock. Thank you guys very much, and stay strong together, educate each other. Do not participate in the negative activity that will be coming out of these movements. They do afterwards. If you're looking at the different movements that's happened all the way around and throughout Black Lives Matter, Wall Street. They had the AIM movement. You have the Alcatraz. You have what's the other one? Civil rights movement. What did we learn from these movements? And we learned a lot. So we have to sit back and think that now is the time to stand stronger together. There's always going to be the one that will not humble themselves. As what I've seen it clearly with my own two eyes. No matter what you say to these people, they do not humble themselves. Their spirits hurt so bad, and they're still for the movement. They just can't humble themselves to be a part of that movement in solidarity and the unity and circle as a community. That's what we need to work towards, so we can hang strong and not let anything divide us. And we've seen infiltrators such as Kyle Thompson, who's walking free in Bismarck, and our three relatives that are being charged with felonies for disarming him. We can't forget that. We can't forget that those heroes are being charged with felonies. And this man will never walk again in any country the way we are. So we need to make sure that the justice is held up and our relatives are taken care of. Many blessings to you guys, saying blessings to our water protectors out there, educating the world and the communities and the universities about Indian law, the trust responsibility, and also the treaty obligations, the promises that started from Lewis and Clark all the way till now that haven't been kept and honored. And they're going around and educating and doing the best they can to share our story. Relatives, many blessings your way. And I'm going to read a few of these comments, okay? Keyboard warriors are amazing. I think about you guys all the time. When I would see a plane fly, and I'd ask my relatives, you know, who's driving that plane, who's flying that plane, where did it come from? And you guys would just boom in like a few seconds. And when I was in the police department and I needed answers about that plane, keyboard warriors just boom, popped up, screenshot, and took numbers and brought it up. And that's where we were. This is beautiful. And it still is beautiful. Crowdsourcing solutions. That is amazing. Yes. So just, Kate, one of the things is that I've learned is that you can't change anybody for their teachings, but it is not our teachings. Just remember that it's not our teachings, it's not your teachings, and that if you give them if you give that negative energy, which misery loves company, which is an elder shared with me, then you're giving it company. So don't give it energy, and that person, just take them out of your circle. That's the best you can do. That's what I've done is I don't respond to the negativity, and I remove them from the circle. Send blessings their way. Either they'll come back and apologize, or they'll recognize, and we can move on. Some people, they don't have those teachings, and you just have to just send blessings their way. How can we help those who disarmed them? You know, that's a good one. Anybody that has video from that day of November, it's October 27th, is on the bridge, and that's what we need is some video and upload it to Vimeo. Send me a link in Digital Smoke Signals so we can take a look at it. Do everything you can to just pull up information. I think one thing we need to know is that from Bismarck, they were saying that they're pulling old judges out of retirement and letting go of the current judges, which is just red flags, guys, that we're seeing a type of discrimination happening within the court system. We need to be mindful of the court system, that it's not, let me find the right word for it here. Let's see the right word for it. There is a right word for it, and I'm going to find it right here for you. I wrote it down. Hold 1 second. It may go blank. Invidious discrimination. That's what it's called. Invidious discrimination. Google that word, invidious discrimination. I'm not a lawyer, but you can. These are things that we need to look in for. Did they have a balance of the jury? Was there Native Americans on that jury? Local Native Americans in the community where they had to pick them? Was it an all-white jury, all-white courtroom? That is part of the invidious discrimination. That's how we can help them, is educating. You can also write into the court and request to be a filmmaker in there, and we need to document it as well. Let's see here. So again, Iowa. Pay attention to Iowa. They need help down there. Christine is down there. She's an awesome Indigenous woman holding it down and educating the community about the no dapple down there and what it is they can do. And guys, I just needed 8 months going straight. I just needed a break, and I feel it coming back. It feels good. I feel that strength coming back. Let's see what else we got here, guys. Any other questions? Okay, so somebody says, I was wondering if you can answer me a question about everything surrounding Melanie Stoneman. I wanted to know about that since you want to speak truth. I don't really, that's not really, I would encourage you, Delana, to reach out to her and communicate. One of the things is it's important that you communicate directly to her about anything that you want to know. And do it in a good way. Do it in a good way, Delina Simmons. Do it in the best way you can, and do it with good teachings. What is your intent? I know there's a lady on the radio station yesterday that posted my video and tried to mesh it with her, which was completely wrong. I watched it. I didn't give it no energy. I just watched it, and I wasn't sure about. I met her in Bismarck, the lady from the radio station. And I was kind of hoping that she would have reached out to me and maybe asked me. I would have explained to her, and it had nothing to do with Mulaney. So no, as far as I know, I don't know too much about Mulaney. I just know she was a friend of a friend, and I haven't had anything bad about her to say as any way, shape, or form. That I've seen her at camp doing what she has to do and pulling her weight like everyone else at camp. I'm going through here, guys, and just checking out many blessings. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Max. I need to write a book. You're right. I don't tell you, I got in graduate school. I read so much, and had to write so much that I kind of took a break from writing for a little bit, but I got to get back in there. Right on, Amanda. I'm having an awesome evening, and you guys feel free to reach out. I'm the messages have slowed down from several thousand to just less than 1,000. I'm still around 1,200, and I'm doing everything I can to reach out to you guys. But yeah, reach out. Going through here. Thank you guys very much. You guys are amazing. Delina, maybe you should just inbox me, Delina. This is kind of like don't be the Debbie Downer. Let's go out then, Delina. Okay? Don't be the Debbie Downer. And I don't know why you want to call me out. That's we're not kids. Holy, we're not kids. Warrior up, sister. Warrior up. Give me an inbox. We can speak if you need to. Right on, Layla. Thank you, sister. Thank you, guys. Hey, cousin. My cousin just came in from LA. Right on. So the other one is I saw in the video too. She posted, "Oh, I was liking pictures." We were all part of this. We're all in Indian country. If you guys know, Indian country is small, which means you could know a friend of a friend who's a powwow dancer or in ceremony, and you just know them, and you meet them, and you just it's a small circle in Indian country. We're very small, meaning that we're less than 2.5 of the population in the United States, which is not very high. Again, we have 70% of the natural resources though on Indian country, which is high. So that's what we're trying to protect. So the propagandas and things like that are happening here has been happening through tribes, through mining, through deforestation, through the traditional harvesting areas, through water, land issues, wetlands, all these things that we've been fighting to protect, we've been going through. And keep your mind on what we need to protect, guys. We want to make sure that we're healing in a good way. There's always going to be, again, I'm going to keep sharing with you, that one that will pry and pry and pry. To destroy one is to destroy the many. So keep your spirits high. Take a moment to just communicate where you're hurt, or anybody that you're around. If these people bother you, then reach out to them. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing. And I continue to look through the letters that you sent me and the care packages, and oh man, we had so much jerky. I loved it. And protein bars and healthy snacks, and thank you guys. And I'm still going on those. I'm still going on those. Those for all our team. And thank you guys. I just love you guys so much. Hey, my cousin from California is on. Bishop Manahu. Water Life. Bishop, California is also going through their struggles in protecting the water. And from a lot of our people in LA, Los Angeles, you guys got some good water. Why? Because it's coming off the Sierras through Paiute country. And it's been illegally extracted through there. And the tribes through there have not been, they've been struggling. And when we see the struggling throughout Indian country, it's not like we want to be in poverty. It's these places were of traditional harvesting areas. And we're to a point in this era of the United States timeline from 500 years till now where we can't even afford to even purchase back our traditional harvesting areas with the property rights and the water rights and all these things that we never had before. They weren't in our language, and now it seems to be part of a way of life, the American dream. Yeah, Kathy, I agree. I need to write a book a little bit about what we're witnessing here. And there's so many people, I agree, Gwen, so many people to honor in the front line, so many people that stood in the front. Delaney, you're right. It's not negative to talk about this, but this is probably just not the right time to talk about this. Keep going. Inbox me. I don't know who you are, but, it's probably not the right time. There's, out of 100 messages, there's just that one. I was thinking about writing the experience of educating and empowering the Morton County Police Department. I think my next project is when I ran into the guy that came down and did the training for Morton County, ran into him at Best Buy. At first I thought he was following me, but it was really coincidental. I just happened to come around the corner and he was standing there, and we just ended up talking about the drones, and he was looking at buying a drone, and I thought, well, this guy looks like a cop, and he looked like an officer, but he was kind of goofy, and he just shared, why he was down there. He says, yeah, I'm down here doing training. I go, oh, really? For who? And he goes, Morton County Police Department. And I go, wow. And I says, do you give them cultural training? And he goes, no, that's not my expertise, but there's a guy from Albuquerque that does. This is something we got to do, because Morton County came down to Nevada. And a lot of our relatives went over to the pepper mill because they wanted to hear what Kirschmeyer was saying. And that and what we experienced in Bismarck is that yellow journalism is what we experienced there, from not telling the whole truth. And so our relatives wanted to go in and make sure that he told the truth. And so my goal is to help educate the officers on cultural training. And when they come across Native Americans, and they're always on Indian land, no matter where they go in this country, Reno, Nevada is Paiute, Shoshone, and Washoe land right now, that they occupy the three nations. I have a hard time with saying three nations if our flags aren't at an equal level. Yeah, Nicole. Well, right on, Nicole. Thank you. I appreciate that, sister. When you saw my first drone stolen, I feel good. I really feel good. Thank you, L. Stephen Day. Feel good. Feel real good. Remember, misery loves company. Don't give them company. Oh, the snowmobile chasing? Wow, guys. I was thinking about that, and I gave the officers every opportunity to do the right thing, and they didn't do the right thing. They let him go. But that's not forgotten. It is not forgotten. You have a video, Kirby? Wow, inbox that to me, okay? Yep, you're right. You're right, Melinda. You guys are the keyboard warriors. You guys did a lot. You guys shared a lot. Without you, we couldn't have been crowdsourcing so much of the solutions that we witnessed out there at Sandy Rock. Appreciate that, Brandy. Dee Dee, right on. Sending them prayers of protection. I was thinking about some interviews. I was looking through some interviews I did. I did around 200 interviews. And I ran into these two women that were walking across, and they were holistic healers. And they were getting ready to set up their camp, and I interviewed them, and I was thinking, wow, there was a moment. My brother Stephen Christian was sending me, he says, there's this lady that really wants to take care of you. And she said that she needs to take care of you because you have a lot of heaviness on you. And finally, I ran into her. And my bro, Pat, he had slipped on the ice and really jacked up his back. So I had her take care of him first. And then she took care of me. And, oh, my gosh, I remember just feeling when somebody has those strong buhamai, like medicine hands. In Paiute, that's mai, it's like hands. Buha is medicine. Medicine hands, it just took away all of that stress. And that's what I needed. Still, my body's like trying to release that stress. I'm going to have to detox. You guys got a good detox. I'll do that. I'll try it out. But yes, protection. And there was at one time a masseuse, there was a Reiki, and there was a chiropractor all in line by the teepee. And I got to the chiropractor, to the masseuse, but I didn't get to the Reiki. But Reiki works. Reiki works. I need some singing to me. Yes, invidious discrimination. Julius, look that up. Here's Delana again. Delana, you are slowing down here. I'm going to go right past this. Kangaroo court. It is a kangaroo court. There is so much, Delana, that we are all doing. To focus all my energy on one scenario that I'm not educated in or did not witness or did not experience would not give it justice. Okay, I know that. And what I witnessed out there was my part in a small part of this movement to help bring the accountability of the human rights violations, the Geneva Convention violation, the First Amendment violation, the religious, our right to pray, the violations of those are part of just a small part of what I've been trying to do in educating our youth and helping our youth do youth media and independent women's media and independent media. So there is just so much going on right now with the 700 plus water protectors that have been arrested, that to just pull it down in that isolated area is really tough. Hey Mary, well I'm in the Northwest, but I'm taking time to get balanced and just refuel my spirit, and I'm going to continue to update as I go along, and I'll do some more as we move. This is just the beginning, and we're moving forward. Again, New York, getting ready for New York, and the 22nd to the 29th up there, and the United Nations will be filming up in the United Nations as well. So just getting ready, Mary. You guys are keyboard warriors. Inbox me with these, we could put something together and put it on digital smoke signals. Help me out, guys. You guys are on top of it. Why can't you get the cases tried in another place? Geez, this is North Dakota. You would think things would go through that way, Sasha, but they do not go that way in North Dakota. You're right. I agree with you 100%. Little River Camp. Okay, so Hope, inbox me, and if you do, can send me some links that we can check out and help in what's going on there. Help in the court cases that are coming up. I think there's several of these videos that are from the human rights violations, the Geneva Convention violation, and the Native American Religious Freedom Act. There's also one, NAGPRA. If you guys look up NAGPRA, there's so much that's going on. And I'm going to tell you guys, I am resting. Like literally, when I stop and I just let my body fall asleep, now I fall asleep. And, usually people will say, Myron's not sleeping, he's napping. That's what he's doing. He's napping. He don't sleep, he naps. And now it's not that way. Now I'm actually sleeping, and my mind is calming down so I can think more clear. Thank you, Kate. I agree. Best way is to have a dialogue with these water protectors and just talk with them and share with them. Listen to them, and I don't think anybody can really experience what they went through. So the best thing and the hardest thing to do is listen. It's the hardest thing to do is listen. Iowa, way up in Iowa, Little Creek, Iowa is where they're at. Right on. Thanks, Layla. I feel like it. G. Marie. Feels good. Feels really good. I'd like to friend you guys. There's so many friends. I think I got 10,000 on the waiting or something like that. And it's digital smoke signals, though. You guys can continue to be on there. My personal one, though, it's maxed out. I'll go through and delete those people who don't respond in a good way. Yep. Right on, Scotty. Appreciate that. You guys are awesome. Got a lot of positivity going on here. You guys deserve, you guys is sending blessings your way too. Any chance you come to Florida camp, man, that is on the other side of the United States. Florida camp. I don't know if there's really a whole lot. What's going on? We had Ed Higgins. Ed Higgins here went down there to Florida. He got chewed up by mosquitoes. That guy. It's because he's a vegan. Right on, Suritz. Suritz, if you're ever in New York, please let us know. I am the 22nd through the 29th. And I also want to thank one of the drone companies up there had sponsored the drone. A friend had sponsored the Inspire 2. And we use that on a lot of runs. But now it's got a new camera. The camera to sponsor better footage, and this is stuff that this drone just came out, so it's really an amazing drone to be able to start documenting what we're going to be up against in future times to come. The drone also goes 70 miles an hour, which is awesome and amazing. And one of the hardest things with this Inspire 2 is batteries. So that's one of the goals. I only got 2 batteries with the Phantom 4s. The batteries were really cool because you can buy them all at Best Buy, but this one, since the drone's so new, you can get them at B&H, but they're B&H, you guys. That place is big, but that's the next goal, is to get a couple more batteries. Delaney, you got to let it go for a minute and just hold it in that. Danila, you have to take some healing for yourself, because this anger or this tension that you have, and for whoever you keep bringing up, no matter who it is, you got to let it go for a little bit, and you can't let it overrun you. If I was to do that with Morton County every minute of the day, my kidneys would start jacking up. And you guys can see that it was taking a toll on me. I had these bags under my eyes. They were just, it looked like I aged 10 years. So you have to get some healing for a minute. And I understand you're passionate about it, and stay passionate. But don't let it overrun you, and don't let it get into your conversations and everything you talk about, because then you're the Debbie Downer. And when you jump into a conversation, that's all it's going to be, is about accusing. And people aren't going to want to hear that. This is a time that we get together and stronger and heal together and stand stronger together. Again, reach out to whoever it is that you have a hard time with. Okay, that's what I'm suggesting to you. Thank you guys, Chris. Right on. Hey, I remember your feeds, brother. Thank you very much for reaching out all the time and sending those blessings. Really appreciate it. It makes I mean, they were simple, short to the point, but I really appreciate it very much. You know, Patrick. All right, guys. I'm going through, I don't know how many messages here. It's there's a lot of support for Santa Rock, Santa Cruz. Hey, Santa Cruz was cool when I went down there to Santa Cruz. After the documentary is going to be shown in New York, we're going to take it on a tour. And I really want to start in San Diego with our relatives down there that just took really good care of me, and down to LA with Carlos came up and helped out a lot. Thank you, brother Carlos, and the Bernie's supporters, and from LA and San Francisco, our team down in San Francisco. You guys, I really want to take time to just thank my team. From early in the beginning, I had a young team that came in, was all the youth media came in, and we're doing training with them, but they did a lot of the social media. I did not have to train or teach them. They taught me, trained me, and all I had to share with them was what we needed to do. And they are amazing, our youth, to push this movement farther than I think Without the youth, it would not have been pushed as far in the social media movement. It wasn't the tribe that pushed this movement. It was the youth that pushed this movement. They pushed it, and they understood how to articulate it online, and they understood how to share it into Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter. They just put it out there, Tumblr. They put it out there in the masses and so many different social networks, Facebook, YouTube, private networks, email blasts. It was amazing. Our youth need to be honored much more than you guys even realize. They tweeted it. They did everything they could on the reservations around the country. People knew, and I was getting posters like, my nephew was the one that saw your video, and I saw your video, and I didn't have a Facebook account. Now I got a Facebook account. That is the power of our youth and social media. This was a social media movement. It was amazing, amazing. And the more I keep thinking about it, the more I think, wow, empower our youth, give them the tools, and just show them how to use it. Show them what to do with it, and they're going to run with it. They're a lot smarter than we were at our age, at their age. You know, I was thinking of doing speaking. Right now, I just want to take these week and a half before New York and absorb my mini-me, his spirit. And when I was in the class with the kids, and they were calling me Mr. Dewey, Mr. Dewey, and I was helping them this morning. It was awesome. And I thought, you know, I love working with youth, and they're the future leaders. And if we can guide them in a correct way, in a good way, there's a lot of hope. We are the ancestors. We are the answers to our ancestors' prayers, and our youth are the answers to our prayers. Coming to Reno, I was in Reno a little earlier. I'll be back there soon, and I'll let you guys know. We'll have to go out and barbecue or something up in Lake Tahoe. You know, we're going to have to help find out if we can get water protectors into another jurisdiction, definitely out of Morton County. If they're bringing older judges out of retirement, that is the level of racism intensity is going to be at this level 12 out of 10. And toward New Zealand, wow. So I was thinking about my AIO ambassadors. In 2010, I was an AIO ambassador, and I reached out to my ambassadors, brothers and sisters, and United States, our sister ambassadors out in New Zealand and Hawaii. And I asked for the haka to be done. And I was such in a daze when they came down. I didn't really get to spend a whole lot of time with them, just kind of visit really fast. And I'd love to go show the documentary up in New Zealand and to show them how much they empowered me when I went there as an ambassador. And I thank you guys, love you guys in New Zealand for showing your strength and commitment to come down to Standing Rock and share throughout the country and the different maraes down there. Many blessings to all you guys. Love you guys. Also, Hawaii. And I'm trying to remember all the places that I was getting invited to so I could write it down for the conferences coming up. I agree with you, Kathy. I'm going to start writing here. What's going on, Debbie? Support from Madeline Island. Wow. I don't know about anyone getting scared from the cause. I see people empowered to participate in the cause. We've learned a lot. We've learned a lot, and we're going to continue to share what we've learned with each other. All right, guys. Let's see. I don't know how far. Amy, you just joined in. Well, just chimed in, right? Well, for you guys that just chimed in, just saying, you know, many thank yous, many blessings to you guys in solidarity. Those guys that all our brothers and sisters that send support financially, physically, in solidarity, through donations, through jerky, everything you guys did, through letters. One more thing I think was important was I was looking through all my pictures, and I could see that I took pictures of letters from kids in schools across the country. That was beautiful. What they were saying was water is life, and I stand with Standing Rock. I stand with water protectors, and it was just beautiful. Kids in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade. It's beautiful. Very beautiful. Santa Cruz. Gonna head down to Santa Cruz. You know, I got PTSD, but I don't think I have it hard, as hard as some of our water protectors do, because I took the teachings of Osheti Shikoan and the camp and the fire with me. Those teachings of prayer every single day helped keep that PTSD at a level. The repetition of the plane, now that's another thing. The helicopter, that's another thing. The vehicles and the police, that's another thing. Those are the different levels of PTSD. But I think I've overcame them. Every now and then when I hear a plane, I can't help but just hear it. It's not like I hear it, it rings. It's a different ringing. We're at war, and the police need to be held accountable for the war crimes that they committed there and what they did. They violated the Constitution by coming in as a militarized police force. And I was looking through the video, and they were lining up and hut, like that in order. And that isn't a violation of the Constitution when our police get militarized like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we got to help educate each other. That's what I was listening to a vet talk about down at the front lines, was that they are not supposed to get to this point of militarization. It starts to put the oppression in. And when they put the Avenger up on the hill with the Humvee with the missiles on it, that was a sign of oppression. There are a lot of examples of what they did there. Okay, guys. Red Fawn. So I don't have accurate information. I've seen some posts that said that she was out today. And we'll do further investigation on there to see further updates, further shout outs. Every guys, I just saw some posts on there, and it'd be good to get one right from her own Facebook page. Jeannie, yeah, send me a message. Send me a message. Guys, gonna have to have lunch at the University of Washington. Iowa, Little Creek, Iowa. Just look up Little Creek, Iowa, Casey. Right on, Nicole. Keep it up. That's what we got to do. If you need help, you're welcome, you guys, to use any of my videos, not to make money. It'll be like Hollywood over there, trying to, just share the videos in educational purposes and what you need to do to get your message across. Yeah, 1,200 messages, crazy. I don't, the best way you can do is on Digital Smoke Signals. You can be a part of the group, but on my personal one, I can't accept anyone. I tried to add a few people there, and I couldn't add anybody. You guys, thank you so much for buying a shirt, and also what it does is it helps me help water protectors as well that are going from place to place or need $10, $20, or whatever it is that I'm supporting still, and it's not a whole lot, but every time you help me, it helps me help them as well. And they're the ones live streaming too. They're the ones bringing attention to this bank exits, and they're bringing attention to the camps they're visiting. They're bringing attention to the pipeline or interviews. So thank you guys very much. And that's what I would encourage you guys to do, is find somebody that is sharing the stories as a community journalist, funded by the community. Right on, Kelly. I appreciate that. Thank you, Amy, very much. Sarah, right on. Thank you, Scotty. You know, it's really cool. And take a picture of your shirt and send it up. Send it to me. Right on, guys. You guys are awesome. So Lee says Red Fawn was released to a halfway house today. Awesome. Warrior up. Right on, Jason. Got to warrior up. Right on, Robin. Thank you. And Joanne, many blessings. You know, there is so many things happening. I think we can always find what's wrong, but the most important thing is we find out what's right. Oh, okay, Little Creek, Iowa camp, 541-429-3092-93. Thank you, L. Stephen Day. Yolis, right on. I'll check my messages. So my address now is not in Fort Yates anymore. The P.O. box that I had up there, the other one I got now is in Nevada, which is a P.O. Box 460. P.O. Box 460, Schurz, Nevada 89427. And that's where the new P.O. Box is, guys. P.O. Box 460, Schurz, Schurz, Nevada 89427. I don't think so. No. I think it'd be interesting to get my PhD from the University of New Zealand, from the Indigenous University of New Zealand. That's where I'd like to get an action-based PhD. So Barbara says no, Red Fawn was not released. See, that's why we got to make sure that we get the right facts, guys. Oh, she was released to a halfway house. Not yet, you guys. Come on, you guys going up and down. That's why we got to make sure we get the facts going. That's why I didn't want to report it until I know exactly what I get, guys. Much respect to you guys too, Tamara. Thank you. You know, I haven't had a whole lot of time to be able to go through and answer all these questions before, but thank you guys. Appreciate you guys a whole lot. I also want to send a big shout out to my Dene relatives down there in Navajo country that came up with a lot of prayers. And I ran into several people, not just from the Navajo Nation, but just people out of the blue bring medicine of protection to me. And that was something I'll never forget. Some of these people didn't even name themselves. They just said that they were sent there to send medicine of protection. And I want to thank you guys. If you guys are listening, thank you guys. I didn't get to 100% always dedicate that time. And a lot of people didn't say, we don't want your time. We only need a moment to hand this to you. And it's protection. And it's protection for your team, protection for those around you. It's protection for what you're doing. And that was a beautiful thing. So you guys, think about that. The moment you meet somebody is how do you want them to remember you? And these people I've met in the elevator or in front of Facebook Kill or even getting gas is amazing. It's amazing, the people I met. And I want to say thank you to an elder, Sherry, over there in Bismarck, for really taking care of me, her and her husband, and taking care of my team as well. We had so much blessings. It's been amazing. And I love them for that. I love you guys for that. Okay, they said no, Red Fawn was not released. But I can find out for you guys, though. We'll find out. That's important. Okay, guys, I'm still going through, scrolling through. You guys are going back and forth about Red Fawn. Okay, we'll find out. We'll do everything we can to make sure that we get the correct information. This reminds me of before I left, I stopped at the National Guard barricade that turns to Highway 6 on 1806. And I remember getting calls 1 in the morning and said, Myron, they're coming, they're coming, they're coming. I go flying down to the National barricade to document the National Guard barricade. And I get down there, and they're doing a shift change. I'm like, oh, man, I just flew down here 100 miles an hour, and nothing's going on. And I learned that, man, we jumped the gun so fast. There was supposed to be raids every other week in the camp. And I even walked out of a meeting when one of the elders there jumped up and said the North Camp was getting raided, and she screamed, well, you're guys, and she ran out the door, and I jumped up and said, okay, well, she must know something. And I ran out there. We went up there, and it didn't happen. And I learned a lot through all of those false alarms, You got to send out you have to send out a vibe of a frequency that allows people to be around you that you need to be. And that's what I'm seeing here too, is that we need those people around us that are taking care of us. The videos Omaha play says, are you going to leave something personal for your grandchildren about Standing Rock? Of course, I've documented pictures, medicine, my own medicine, or songs that have come out of there, my own songs for my family, and prayer songs in Paiute, and Numa Yadawa, and Paiute Numa Huvia, which is our songs, or Nua Huvia. I think Shoshone, I'm Paiute and Shoshone. And so those songs that came out, yes, very much. Thank you, Oma. What up, brother? Izzy. So Izzy is one of the relatives that was a hero in that day and helping to stop Kyle Thompson. It's my brother right there. I'm a brother from another mother. We have a lot of heroes at Standing Rock, and Izzy's one of them, and we interviewed Izzy about that. And if Izzy, they were asking, how can they support you? Inbox Izzy and let him know how you can support him. Whether it's sending sage, medicine. Izzy came down to New York, and we had a ceremony down there in our own way, down there at the Grand Central Station. And ceremony is power in place. It doesn't matter where you are. You have that power, and it's the place. No matter where you go, no matter if you feel like you have to be in the grass or anywhere, you can be anywhere. It's when you escape. Your mind can never be held hostage, only if you let it be held hostage. And thank you, brother, for bringing those prayers. We needed it bad. We needed those around us. Love you for that, brother. Many hugs, you guys. Adana, thank you. Last 8 months, and they're still going. So after this movement, it's not just about getting the message out about the documentary, because a lot of people haven't got to see the full story of what happened at Standing Rock. It is just a small glimpse of what happened at Standing Rock. The other documentary, the second half, which we're getting ready to fundraise for, community funding to get this story told, is going to be on both sides of the pipeline. What happened on both sides, and the movement behind it, and the energy and the positivity and the prayers and people coming in solidarity. People just amazing of the distance they came. It's a beautiful thing to hear those stories for them. Biscottis, not healthy though. Yeah, I quit eating a lot of them. Thank you. I need a detox. What I got to do. That's probably why I'm all sore. Is got I got to do some detox and definitely working out again. So Louise Barnett, deeply grateful you're back on your feet. Personally, I need help not being discouraged by the amount of fighting within Indian country. Well, then you know what not to find. Now look at what you need to find. So again, misery loves company. Give it no company. Right on, Darlene. And Manahu, cousin Manahu, love you, cousin. Right on, Barbara. I appreciate that. Thank you. Olds Valley. So sharing with you guys about my team, Hadi Briscotti. Right on. Hey Kenny, how you doing, brother? Digital Smoke Signals team is independent media. It was youth media, women media, and all media, and did as much as we could to share the story with everybody and the message on what to do and stay away from what not to do and to not find any mistakes that we started seeing a rise in yellow journalism and how to combat yellow journalism. If you look up and Google yellow journalism, it felt like that the movement was repeating itself in history with yellow journalism. If you guys look at back in Bismarck's history of doing the papers, the stories on the paper, we had to counteract that. When Morton County Police Department would put out a press release, we had to counteract it, and that was part of telling our story through indigenous eyes. When they had clearly said they shot no percussion grenades and water cannons, we had to show them that yes, you did. These are clear violations of human rights violations. So we have to do the best we can to share the story through indigenous eyes and through our relatives in solidarity. Remember, you guys, thank you guys that came in solidarity down there, and you answered several call outs, not just from the youth, but you got a call out from the approval from the elders, LaDonna, and the tribe, and many of our relatives. And I thank you guys so much for what you brought to the table and your bodies and presence and amazing chefs, good medicine and healers, teachings. People found their dads, found their uncles, found their relatives there. It's a beautiful place, and that is going to come back to you guys in tenfold. So again, reach out to Izzy, our brother Izzy. Though he's still got court. He's still got to be doing. He's still him, Mater and them. They still got court. Bravo. We want to make sure we help support them visually and to tell them warriors to keep their heart up, keep their mind strong and their heart strong, because we're there with you guys every step of the way, and we're going to continue to remind everybody that this is coming up, and the stronger we stand together, the better we're going to stay together. Yeah, we do have a lot of water rights, sister, in Nevada, and the water wars are happening, and they're into the aquifers, and that's what our solutions need to be. Manahu. Right on, Maya. Appreciate that, Debbie. Now, one thing to learn, if you guys are going to post about the pipelines, look at the history, see any tribes that are surrounding, and also, anywhere you go, remember it's Indian country. So when they start to desecrate the land, don't forget the people that were previously there before them, and they can help. Reach out to those tribes, local tribes, say, we don't know about this land here. Can you share with us about this land? We are getting united, though, guys, and we're continuing to do that. We're continuing to stand together, and you're seeing it with the keyboard warriors. You guys are amazing. I've had some keyboard warriors that are in the cave, literally the cave, and they say, I don't leave my keyboard. This is where I'm a keyboard warrior, and I've been able to help. And I says, wow, that's what we need. Hey, what's up, Sister Brianna? Man, you guys are amazing. If I continue to just read these. Hey, Amanda, how's it working with Josh Fox? Josh Fox is awesome. So Josh Fox is the producer, and I'm the director with 3 other directors, and we're getting the story out about Standing Rock. And again, I'm not speaking on behalf of everybody there. It would be impossible to do it. This is my story, and I'm sharing it with you guys. And it's a story of the water protectors. This is in honor of the water protectors, to let them know, the world know, we're still going. We're still doing this. We're still out there empowering each other to stand up, to believe in something, or you'll fall for everything. Wow, 750 comments. I'm been scrolling through. And I told myself that when I get a little better and a little healthier, I would communicate in a different way that was healthy for you guys. Because at the end of Standing Rock, it was like a bad relationship, what I witnessed with Morton County. And I don't know, it felt like that's all I wanted to talk about, what was wrong. And it was hard to find healing. So I had to distance myself from there and find positive people and healers and communicate with them and elders to say, you know what, I need help. And recognize that. Right on, Kelly. Many blessings your way too. Wichita, Kansas. I've been there. And I really like to go back to Haskell. I was kind of hoping I would have got there before the semester was over. I'm a Haskell alumni and also a KU alumni from the University of Kansas. Had to meet in Bellingham. Bellingham is the middle part of Canada, sister. Had to meet in Bellingham. Red Fawns in our prayers. Hey, what's up, Holly? You guys are awesome again. Again, reach out to our other water protectors that do need help, and it doesn't always have to be money or anything like that. It can just say, hey guys, how you doing? You doing okay? Okay, I'm still going through these. Colorado. Wow, that's quite a bit. Yeah, Morton County is going on tour. All right, guys, keyboard warriors. I posted this a few days ago on where are they going on tour. That's where we need to go. We need to provide the departments with the accurate information for this to be both sides. So the thing that I want to say that was I don't know, I don't want to say it. Well, maybe I'll say it anyways. That there wasn't there was I believe over 150 fatalities. I don't want to be, there's more. So I'm just going to say over 150 fatalities. And there's still fatalities going on with the chemical warfare from the mace and the canisters of mace that was just sprayed out. The other things that we're going through in that short of breath and body aches right now. That's what I'm witnessing, and that's what I interview people was short of breath and body aches. What not to do is another thing. All the officers that I've talked with, it said they're a joke. They're a joke, and if they're going to start touring, you know, it's not something they want them to go to their department. So I'm going to do everything I can and say, you know what, here, what did they do right and what did they do wrong? Well, what they did wrong was they violated the law, their own law, and didn't hold themselves accountable. That's what they did wrong, and they put us in cages with dog cages, dog kennels, and put numbers on us, and it was not okay. It was not okay what they did, and they're violating the courtroom laws. They're violating the due process. That's what's wrong. And guys, keep me updated when you see. Pay attention to Morton County and where they're going to. We need to inform ahead of time that we need to send them video and show them here's what they're going to try to talk about that they justified, and shooting drones out of the sky on video, shooting drones. Even law enforcement has no right to shoot unmanned aircraft. Yeah, we got a lot. So we have a lot of Paiutes down there. Isha, brother Isha from Walker Paiute tribe, is also, him and Keith have been doing a lot of educating there in Nevada, and they're going around and educating the schools, and also Josh Deeney and my brother Josh Deeney, and many of our people are just sleeping, so they're waking them up. And I believe Isha and them have got to go to court too. So stay tuned on their site, and support them with a lot of blessings too. All right, guys. Wow, this is there's over 700, there's over 800 comments here. So I want you guys to get rest, like me. Bija Shunami, good thoughts. Yaduwa, talk good. And take a moment to disconnect from the chaos, okay? I want you guys to do that for a little while. Do something special with your family or your friends or yourself, and take a moment away from that. If anything, that's what needs to be done. And when I was thinking about all these videos and all these, I was looking at these times when I was coming back from these actions after I just filmed them. I remember sitting there thinking, wow, I'm not ashamed to say that I cried several times by myself to make sure that when I got around my crew, I was strong. And it was hard when I got around a lot of people that I seen them breaking down. But because I did earlier, I was able to be there for them and comfort them the way they needed to be. And it was part of my medicine. All right, guys. Let's see. Let me scroll down here. Yep, I agree. The sacred sparks from Oshet to Shakoan have lighted fires all around Turtle Island. Oh, good one, Nancy. All right, guys. I'm going to do a run of these videos. I'm getting ready to put them together in sequence, and we're going to run them in a short timeline. There may be only about, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes worth of videos, but it's going to just play, and they're going to play live, and I want you guys to just be comments on them and help us brainstorm. I'm going to repost the one with Red Fawn. You guys, I need you guys that are forensic, the forensics, to look at which way the bullets came out and which. So I read in the Morton County Police Department paper that they said only a few officers. Well, there was more than a few. There was more than 8 officers on her, and around her there was probably around 12 special opt up guys. I mean, these guys weren't just your average officers. All right, guys. If you want to inbox me. I'll respond back to you guys and do what I can to, keyboard warriors. Any of you graphic design artists out there, we need to create a type of banner or poster that I'd like to share with this movement. And maybe we can collaborate on it. And we could be an illustrator and something around digital smoke signals with what we did at Standing Rock and what we shared with the world, what we shared with Indian country, what we shared with the United States and our brothers and sisters in all 4 directions that carried those blessings on the wind. Ukwapa Yadawa. All those prayers on the wind. Cultural training, so much needed. So Morton County needs to get cultural sensitivity training. Again, reach out to Izzy and Mater and Bravo. Encourage them that you guys are still there. Encourage them that you guys are paying attention. Red Fawn's family, reach out to them and let them know that that she's in our prayers, and all our water protectors that did the media out there. Send prayers, send blessings to LaDonna, sending blessings to all the relatives that were around her and helped her, and the elders down there, and our elders that were down in Osheti and Rosebud, and aunties and uncles that were there. Send many blessings in the four directions down there, and thank you guys. Little Creek Camp, there we go, Stephen. Right on, Stephen Day. And Travis, No Dapple man, got hurt. He fell, and he was in the hospital. Send blessings his way to help him in this fast recovery. Also send blessings to our brother Ernesto, who was in the hospital, and he's out now, getting well. And my brother there, Angelo, and his companion, and she was in the hospital for a while. Send blessings their way. And gosh, just keep going on and on. I'm thinking about when I send many blessings to all the relatives in California that traveled down, and they're still speaking, and in our homelands. Let's see. Oh, the Rolling Resistance that's still on the road. Send blessings their way. Wanda, Myron, we still need to do the interview for my listeners. Oh, yeah. Inbox me, Wanda, okay? Or if you have my number, send me a text. I will only talk about what I do know, not what I don't know. Kickapoo warriors are out there. All four nations, all nations in the four directions. Apple cider vinegar. It's powerful. I need, you know what? I need somebody just to kidnap me for a week and put me through some Navy SEAL boot camp training. That's what it needs to be done. You guys want to do some Reiki on me? Go ahead. Take a minute here. I'm going to let you guys do some Reiki. All right? Okay, guys. Just teasing you guys. Reiki does work. I'm going to tell you that. It does work. Long distance Reiki. When I go to sleep in a little bit, you guys do some Reiki. Inbox me. Tell me when, and I'll fully relax. Remember the pullover and drone being taken. Yeah, I finally got back the discovery from that. It ain't nothing new because I wasn't hiding anything in the drone when it was taken. That was really something. I think about that. It's like full transparency in documenting in journalism there at the camp and on both sides of the pipeline. And they give me back the footage finally. It was nothing. They put on 5 DVDs. And I thought, wow, what is the information on here? And it was just every other video on a different DVD. And it was nothing I was hiding. There was nothing to hide. The documentation of them working in the 20-mile buffer zone that Obama had asked them not to work, and they were working. That video was in there. I wonder if they'll charge No Dapple with working within the 20 miles from the river is where they weren't supposed to be working. Probably not. Well, one way, Amanda, is like what we're seeing here. If you're going to crowdsource information, is to just bring awareness and do it in a good way. People want to feel empowered when they're helping. Don't disempower them. And that's what I learned a lot is here is we can empower each other. Okay, guys, wow, you guys are. Let's see here. There's a lot on here, guys. I'm just kind of just browsing through. Been a while on here. So, Digital Smoke Signals' next move here is to help keep you guys updated on what we're doing with social media and film, empowering your voice through the community journalism, and to continue to share our stories and continue to share your stories and why it's important for community sustainability and how that will help Indian country, which we've seen was a model. If you're seeing eco camps fly up, those were already being done at Standing Rock. They were already being done at Osheti Shikowan, Heyoka, Rosebud, and Sacred Stones, 7th Generation Camp, and Cheyenne River Gathering that's there right now is also Sustainability Living. Still there, you guys. It's the only camp that's there right now. Get a hold of Johnny over there. You need permission to go over there, I believe, and let him know that you just want to come over there and share and listen and some healing. The fire's going over there. The camp is there right now. Oh, of course, Kate. Yes, 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 yes. Yep, you can with my permission. Listen, the good energy, good healing. Right on, Kathleen. Thank you, sister. I will. When I go to Haskell, I'll let you guys all know. All right, guys, rolling out here. I'm gonna scroll all the way down. Wow, I'm like way behind. I'm scrolling. This is my finger going up and down here. Where's it at? I'm scrolling, and I haven't even. Wow. Okay. All right, guys. There's a lot in there. So, Karina, sister. Wow, it's like it revolved and stopped right on you. Love you, sister. You're awesome. Karina is one of the movers and shakers behind Digital Smoke Signals. And I'm still waiting to get those tamales. I'm going to have to send you I'm going to inbox you my address, sister. Karina, I love you. Wow, this is a trip. I was literally scrolling on the messages like this, and it stopped right on Karina. If I accidentally block you guys, it's not. I didn't mean to. It's I'm just scrolling through, and then it pops up. Okay, guys. Wow, I'm really scrolling up here. All right, guys. Let me sing. Let me close out with this song. This is Witua. The song is Witua about my son. Witua Huvia means to drum and sing, and it's a strong medicine song from. So he can sit in the circle in the northwest and also down in the homelands in the west. So it's called Witua Huvia. Okay, guys. For those of you guys just chiming in, just remember, I want you to take some time to yourself. Those of us that have been in the front lines, the water protectors that have been there at Standing Rock, we need you healthy and to get some healing as well. And please take that moment to yourself, for your families, your relatives, your sons, daughters. grandchildren, anybody that's around you, take that healing with us. And you've seen us suffer there, and negative 10, 20, 30, 40, 50-degree weather, wind chill at 60 miles, negative 60, and teepees, living in yurts. There was someone in a tent still on the side of the hill. Somebody burrowed into the hill, and sleeping. And we had it's freezing all the time. It was cold. So thank you guys so much for everything that you've done. For you guys who just chiming in, many blessings your way. I'm going to honor you with this song. Honor you for what you've keyboard warriors did in sharing the message. And honor you guys in a good way. And the best way that I know how is through these bija huvia, good songs. Nanishtahai huvia, these medicine songs. Nanishtahai yadawa, the bija yadawa. These good blessings, these good words. And you guys want to work on me Reiki while I'm doing it, that's good too. Want to open up that light, that spirit, and let it go out there. And I don't give Indian names, guys. It's because I'm singing a song on Paiute and Shoshone, and just because I'm singing your songs, I'm not going to give you an Indian name. It's not my role, all right? So I'm going to help educate you along the way. And don't get mystical on me. Pray in your own way. We have our own way. Pray in your own way, in a good way. Sending blessings your way. Aho. We do a who via we do a we do a who via we do a we do a who via we do a I do a who via we do a we do a we do a I do a who via we do a we do a we do a who via Hayawade Bija Yadawa. Pija Shunami, Pija Mogui. Good thoughts, good words, good spirit. Many blessings, relatives. Thank you, guys. And tomorrow, we're tuned back in. Again, many blessings. Thank you guys all for everything that you've done and you continue to do. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. And many blessings. I was to honor you, keyboard warriors. Honor you guys on the front line. Honor you guys, water protectors. Honor you guys helping in the front lines with legal support that was in the front lines, the Water Collective Legal that was there. Thank you guys, all the relatives there in Standing Rock that came from your jobs there, and the college there, and the communities there. Thank you, the elders that came through, and the volunteers from Bismarck. A lot of people from Bismarck came. A lot of the high school students came. Thank you guys. Many blessings. Love you guys from all those four directions. The wind carries that song to you. Aho. Self-sufficient itself by feeding its community, by the housing of the community, and also by the power and electricity of that community. And is it a part of that community? And I was thinking about Sacred Stones, and Osheti, Shakoan, and Rosebud was a living, inherent right community. They were taking care of themselves. And it was a role model community for Indian country. It's beautiful. It's powerful. The more I think about it, the more I think, wow, I was a part of something very beautiful. Inherent rights. That's what it was. And the flags that went all the way down Flag Road, the United States flag was not at the top of that pole. It was upside down and a sign of distress by the veterans. The state flag was not there on that pole. Very beautiful, where you had all the nation's flags at an equal level all the way across. Something very powerful. And now that I'm reflecting on those moments, I was just thinking to myself, every time I went to Fort Yates and where I see the United States flag up on the top, it just kind of bothered me because it wasn't that way in traditional law down at the camp. beautiful, guys. Beautiful, sharing this moment of inherent sovereignty, and something that was very beautiful. And it wasn't out of disrespect, it was out of distress that the flag was put there. Very, very moment, a very unique moment in history where the decolonization process for a lot of our native and non-native relatives in solidarity were participating in inherent sovereignty. And as we start to discuss what inherent sovereignty means, it was the camp where there was no homelessness, there was free medical, holistic healing, holistic. IHS doesn't provide, Indian Health Service doesn't provide holistic healing. And my morning blessings with the water, and it's time that, we take these moments to just reach out to everybody and let them know that we're thinking about them. Not everybody's on Facebook. If you guys notice, in the last month and a half, that Facebook has been a blank, where the No Dapple movement was trending for over half a year, and it's not trending as much. And it needs to be trending because the momentum has picked up in the behind the scenes. It has taken on to the intellectual legal battle, and that's where we're moving towards. Many guys have been reaching out about my court case. My court case has been moved to July 12th, and many water protectors' court cases have been moved far out, way out, months. And if you're looking at previous movements, this is what this time has done for me, has been able to help me think a little clearer. I'm wondering how I was thinking back then, always on the move, sleep deprivation, not a lot of exercise, just always sitting and driving and filming and editing and brainstorming, networking, helping out as much as we could around the camps. I mean, it just seemed to go so fast, like a vision, like a dream. It was a beautiful dream, though. Very beautiful dream. And I'm reflecting so much about everything that I've witnessed. I think what's really stuck in my mind is when a tribe practices its sovereignty, it is sovereign. When a tribe asks for permission, it's delegated sovereignty. And there's going to be several things around a tribe that you need to be probably taking notice to. Is maybe take a moment on, can a tribe, to think that we were a community where the elders were being taken care of, their wood was being chopped, they were participating, they were needed. The elders were needed. They were needed in their guidance, they were needed in their conversation, in their teachings. It's beautiful. They were needed in traditional law. Their experience was needed. Their teachings were needed. Their songs, their prayers, their blessings. It's beautiful. And the more I keep thinking about how inherent sovereignty was role modeled, it just makes me miss every single day over there at those camps. And I'm that fire is burning inside of me strong. And as I get more balanced, being home, home is Indian country, more balanced where I'm at, I start to just think about how much our communities in Indian country and throughout the United States can benefit from having their own Oshetichikoan sacred stones and rosebud, and how those were self-sufficient camps, and there was kitchens in several different places and solar panels all over the place, and powered by the sun. It's beautiful, very beautiful. Pijapuha, which is good medicine. Pijapuha nanishtahai huvia was good songs and blessings. Na pija tukawan, pija numa nobi tukawan, which is a lot of those homes had our good food being cooked all the time. Pijapa nanishtahai pa was our water was blessed all the time, and our people were blessing each other, and wherever you went there was blessings going on. It's beautiful very beautiful. So we send blessings also out to all our federal agencies. Let's see. Trying to think of a song to sing here. We do who the we do we do who the we do I do who the we do we do who the we do we do we do Hiya one day. Hey relatives, how you guys doing? As you can see, I'm a lot more stress-free, feeling good, and taking time to myself to love my spirit, my family, my mini-me, and also those around me, taking time to reach out and call people that I haven't been able to thank for all of the help that they've been helping my team with, myself with, and the movement. All our keyboard warriors, thank you guys, Water Protector keyboard warriors. Just feel a whole lot better, and spiritually, physically, and mentally. And I'm able to take time to reflect on the last 8 months back at Standing Rock. I've been able to just think a little bit. It's been really good. And reach out to my brothers and sisters out there that are having a hard time with PTSD, and make that time to give them a call and let them know I'm thinking about them. Let them know that they're in my thoughts and my prayers. He's in the forward direction, being the BIA, tribal governments, Morton County, all the agencies that were down there, and their families are back with their families now. All our people that had to witness what we're seeing in the video, looking in the videos, and I'm going to revert now to a little bit about the documentary Awake that's being shown up in Tribeca. That documentary is one of thousands of stories at Standing Rock, relatives. One of thousands of stories at Standing Rock. Many people shared their stories together. They shared their path, their good words, their laughter, their strong medicine, and they came from all over Turtle Island. And so, sending those blessings and those that were coming strong of people of resilience, people that our existence is our resistance. Looking at this video and having, it was powerful seeing where it could go both ways. Where one way where it hurt, and I cried quite a bit of times watching this or thinking about it. And just today, looking at the video, I got really emotional and started to I just got really emotional. I humbled up and thought about all the people that have sacrificed to go to Standing Rock, away from their families, their businesses, their homes, their jobs, and to get hit by percussion grenades, rubber bullets, mace. Something very, very unique. Very unique. Witua. Oh, it's my mini-me right there. It's cool to see him being able to